Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video I will explain how you can right now make a lot of gold up to probably 80 to 100k an hour with the crafted materials from Shadowlands. And also I will explain how on Wednesday with the release of patch 10.0.5 you might be able to make a lot of gold with all the different white quality base legendary items that you can craft with all the different professions from Shadowlands. So just before I start, keep in mind that part of the information I'm going to use is from the PTR, and so of course on Wednesday they might have some changes, but again I will keep you updated, and right now there is still some really good opportunities for you to make a lot of gold with all these different items. So for those of you who didn't play Shadowlands, basically in Shadowlands with all the different professions you were able to craft these wide quality legendary items that you were then able to sell on the auction house, and people could use these white items in order to then craft real legendaries. So these items have been very profitable in Shadowlands for me, and I didn't think that one day I would go back and actually talk again about all these different items. But as of right now, in the PTR, normally if you go and you have a look at all these legendaries, you can actually learn the different appearances for these different transmog pieces through the different white items. And this is really big because like that it would mean that you could just craft these items, post them on the auction house, and people could just buy the different white quality items and learn the appearances. And these sets are really good because these were the promotional sets for Shadowlands, the ones that people were really excited about. And they're pretty difficult to get right now because basically in order to get the full set you will have to complete the Sanctuary of Domination raid in Mythic difficulty. And as we're still pretty early in Dragonflight, it's still something that is pretty difficult to make. And so right now, for many people, if these items become transmog pieces, it will be the best way for them to actually get all these different appearances. And again, keep in mind, these sets are extremely cool. And so you might be able to sell a lot of these if they actually become transmog pieces. So now there are two things that you can do. The first one is of course on Wednesday, or even you can start now, is to simply craft some of these items and post them on the auction house, depending again on the value on your auction house and of course on the competition and everything. But right now, for instance, me on my auction house, there was none of these items available. And so I just crafted one of each. I'm posting them now because if people start realizing that in advance, they might just buy the full set and wait for Wednesday to happen and then to learn everything then. So what you can do really is just craft one of each of these armor pieces and then post them. One thing that is very important to mention is the fact that you need to craft them in rank 1, because if you have unlocked rank 4, you will still be able to craft them and people will still be able to learn the appearance, but it's just better to do it as a rank 1 because as you can see, you will save a lot of materials and a lot of gold like that. So try to make sure each time you move to another piece that it's all based on rank 1 and then you can start crafting them. Also, I would definitely recommend you right now to only craft one of each. Just wait and see if they sell or not. And same on Wednesday. There is no need to craft 10 of each because otherwise you might just end up losing some gold, especially if everyone starts doing it again. You might just not be able to actually make some profit with all the items you've crafted. Another important thing I want to mention is the fact that if you go in your Covenant and if you have reached a really good renown level with the Covenant, normally some of the materials from the vendors that you need might have a reduced cost. So for instance, normally these ones are 125 gold from most vendors, including from Oribos. But as you can see here, it's only 100 each. And it's because I've reached a pretty good renown and I'm in my Covenant right now. And it's the same with all these other materials that you will need in order to craft all these legendaries. So something very important to keep in mind if you want to make even more profit in the end. In order to unlock the different plants and recipes in order to craft all these different legendary items, I made a video a year and a half ago explaining exactly what you can do, so I will post it in the description. But basically, you just want to follow and complete the main quest line for Shadowlands. You want to go talk to the Arbiter in the Maw, in Torghast, and then normally at some point it will reward you with all these different plants and recipes. But you need to do all these different quests in order for you to then be able to unlock all these plants and recipes. And then as soon as you get them, you will automatically be able to craft all the different rank 1, and that's all you need. So what's really interesting right now is the fact that all the different materials you need in order to craft these different legendaries have all got a pretty big increase in value. So as you can see, for instance, this one got a 253% increase, this one 40%, this one 1000%, this one 208, and all of them really are currently selling quite well for a lot of gold. The reason is because probably a lot of people have realized by now that you might be able to sell these different items as transmog items on Wednesday, and so they are planning probably to try and craft a lot of these and to then make a lot of gold selling the transmogs. And also because some people, when they realized that, they decided to just reset the market and to then resell everything for a higher price. And so the result is that right now you can really make a lot of gold just by crafting some of these items and selling them on the auction house. So the one I've tried right now is the Shadow Gas ingots, and this one I've been able to make around 80k an hour just by crafting and selling these different items. And as you can see, they're selling really well. I just sold 322 for them just right now. So basically, in order to craft these different ingots, you will need to have blacksmithing with Shadowlands. And all you need is 4 of these luminous flux that you can buy directly from the vendors, and then 1 of each of the different ore. And all these different items are currently pretty cheap. So as you can see, this one is 245, this one is 280, this one 497, and this one 7 gold. And then the luminous flux, if you have increased your renown and you're buying them from your covenant, are only going to be 7 gold, 25 silver. So based on the information I have from my different add-ons, you can see that right now I'm probably around 18 gold of profit, and probably just a little bit less simply because the materials got an increase in value. But still, it's probably going to be around 15 gold profit per ingot. And each time you craft one, you receive 2 of these different ingots, which is really good. So what you can do is in 3 minutes craft 100 of these. So it means 200 ingots. And so in 1 hour, you can craft 4,000 of these Shadow Gas ingots. That's what I've been doing, and then they sell extremely, extremely fast. I already sold all of them, then I used the rest in order to craft the different armor pieces, but you can really sell them fast and for a big profit. Again, you cannot really do anything like in Dragonflight in order to increase the crafting speed or in order to have some multi-craft or anything like that. It will be the same, but this is something you can pretty much do AFK, and like that you will be able to make a lot of gold right now. And keep in mind, if all the different legendaries actually become transmog pieces on Wednesday, probably all these different materials will get an even bigger increase in price, and then you will be able to make even more gold just by crafting these or by flipping some items or crafting again all these different transmog pieces. So really, if I were you, I would just go have a look at all these different crafting materials and try to find the ones where you can really make the best profit. As you can see, for instance, this one, the Enchanted Elysium bar, right now has apparently a profit of 45 gold per bar, and you can see that there is 6,000 bars that are being sold every day. And keep in mind, again, this is going to increase a lot in the next 2 days, and especially on Wednesday, if, again, all these different transmog pieces become available. So try to do that. Right now, I'm doing it with the Shadow Gas ingots, but try to do that with all these different crafted armors and maybe crafted materials, and maybe you will be able to make a lot of gold right now with all of them. So that's gonna pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you will be able to make some gold with all these different materials and hopefully on Wednesday with all the different legendaries. Keep in mind again that if there is too much competition and if the value starts to drop, then maybe you just want to focus on the materials and not on transmog. But on many realms, there is none of these items anymore available simply because people didn't see the point in posting them. And so you might be able to really sell a lot of these, especially on Wednesday. So try to do that on Wednesday. And if they become transmog items, really start selling them because you will be able to make a lot of sales very, very fast. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a great weekend. Bye.